Before we talk about this amazing black light project, Kristen, let's talk about the school itself. And I know it's been there a while, for a number of years, but give us a sense as to what happens at First Lutheran.
Hey, so First Lutheran is actually the oldest school in the River Valley. So we've been here since 1853, which predates public, predates any other school. We are located off Mazard Road, and we service kids from the age of 2 all the way through middle school. And so we cover about 13 different grade levels, and we have all kinds of programs in place. We have a wonderful staff, and we're continuing to grow yearly. It's been amazing. And we, provide an amazing education while also providing an amazing atmosphere with keeping Christ at the center of all we do. We are a private Christian school, and so everything we do centers around that.
You talked about programs, obviously, the arts program there. How has that grown over the years?
So we have an amazing art program with Mrs. Davis that has it causes our children to be so well rounded. Like, we're giving them the academics, we're giving them many opportunities in the community for service, but then we're also just giving them such an appreciation for the arts, whether it be through singing, through actual art, through band, through drama, through theater. We want our children to leave us when they go out into the world well-rounded, having an amazing education in all facets of life.
So, Kathleen, talk about your role in this. I understand you have been teaching for a while. How has what you are doing evolved over the years?
It has evolved. When I started out, a friend of mine that I played in the Fort Smith Symphony with at that time called me up, and he told me, well, the First Lutheran band gig is open if you're interested. So I had been just doing graphic arts on my own freelance at that time. So I came and spoke to the principal, and we got to talking, and he was looking at my resume and my credentials, and said, oh, well, we could have an art program. Oh, we can do this. Oh, we can do that. And so it just, over the years, it's just wonderfully grown. I mean, I teach choir to all grade levels. I teach band to grades 5 and 6, and then art to all grade levels. And I also teach elementary Spanish.
So talk about this black light project. When I saw the video for the first time, oh my gosh, and this was done by elementary kids. So explain what this is about.
Well, I'm always looking for different things for the kids to do, rather than the same old boring projects that you might see. And this just popped up. I'm interested in things that bring out the colors of the world and the excitement. And when I first presented this idea to some of the older kids, they were very excited. And sometimes, as you know, it's a little hard to get middle schoolers excited about much of anything, but they were really enthusiastic about this. And so I bought them some fluorescent paint. I brought in a couple of black lights from home. We started experimenting, and they just kept getting more and more excited. So we started developing projects together.
So both of you can talk about this, and Kathleen, you can start. What does this do for the kids when they're presented this kind of project? It's just got to open up all kinds of things.
Oh, it does. It opens their creativity, which is really a God-given talent that all children have. All children are creative. And it's so neat to see it brought out and to see them bring it out themselves through what they can create with the materials at hand.
And I think that's one of the wonderful things about the way Miss Davis teaches art, is that there is an assignment, there is an expectation for a piece, but then she takes it a step further. If you watch that video, you'll see sections where she allowed the children to just take scraps where they got done. They were done with the project, the assignment, and then they took those and she let them just create whatever from that. So she allows this creativity within boundaries, but then she also opens up any extra time and pieces to just say, here, go. What can you do?
Were there any limits placed on the kids to do this, or you just say, here, take off?
Well, they pretty much had to stay in the classroom. That's about the only limit right there. But I let them walk around and visit with their friends and get ideas from their friends. And they traded different pieces of scraps that we had. And these friends were helping each other with their projects. It was really an exciting time.
some of them you had some, like the birds. Who did the birds? Things like that, the butterflies.
Okay, the butterflies was a kindergarten project, and we were learning about symmetry. And I had some pictures of actual butterflies, and we were learning about how God creates butterflies and how they're the same on one side. So we had these butterflies that they cut out. They put paint on one side, and then they folded it over, smushed the paint around, and opened it up and saw the magic.
All right, so now that you've done this, what could possibly top what we just looked at?
I don't know.
What's your operetta? We
have an operetta coming up. It's called Back to the Cross, and it's really neat. It's about a time machine that these kids find out behind their church, and they get in the time machine and they travel to these different time periods, and they get into the future and they realize that something has happened and their prayer garden is gone and their cross is gone. So they've got to go back in time and correct the timeline, the continuum, and then continue on. It's a very, very fun. We've got dancing, we've got line dancing, we've got square dancing, we've got flappers that are doing dances from the 20s. It's just great fun.
And I imagine the kids are just thrilled to be a part of this as well.
Oh, yes. We do 3 musicals a year. I do 2 with the older kids, and then the younger kids are involved too, because some of them are in the cast, but they're all in the choir. We have the entire school involved in these musicals. And in the fall, I have one for just the little kids, the primary drama club, kindergarten through 3rd grade.
Wow.
And I think one of the great things she does too is that with these plays, not everyone wants to be in a spotlight, and that's okay. She offers that opportunity, but the children that's not really their interest, they become the light producer, the technicians, the backstage managers, the producers that sit next to her and run the boards,
lights,
yeah. So she allows choreographers. Some of the kids don't want to be on stage, but they want to choreograph. So she allows them to, other than her sitting there kind of overseeing it, the children run the entire program.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. They may not realize it, but they're learning something that could be later on a career for them.
Oh, absolutely. I've had one student years ago that was a stage manager for me, and she went to college and learned how to become a professional stage manager. So that's pretty cool.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Darren.